Oh, I'm extremely sorry. I think I was talking all along, completely on mute, and I was keep checking with you. Am I audible? Can you hear me now? Sapna, are you there? Oh man, that's not so cool. Uh, I was talking almost 5 minutes, and now I realize I was on mute because I was keep on repeatedly asking you, "Are you okay with stuff?" Oh, all right. Anyways, whatever. Yeah. So let me repeat all the story. Maybe 5 minutes I was speaking. Now I realize I was on mute. Okay. Any issues or anything that you want to repeat? Anything that you're finding? So I have sent the documents almost a couple of hours back. Uh, the I'm assuming you guys you would have received it. Um, so one thing what you can do is you can tweak around the existing program, and then see what more solution can be you can derive out of it. Another thing which I would definitely recommend is try to get exactly the similar kind of solutions in Pig as well. Thursday, which I explained where is the project statement. So I sent you three documents, right? That's what I sent you guys three documents, correct? Which should look like sent item. Where is my sent item? More. Okay, sent mail. This is sent mail, correct. A category regarding data set. This is the one which I sent. And data set description. Oh, this is just data set description, right? CSV and text. Oh, okay. Okay, I missed. No, this is data set description. This should. Oh, okay. I think I missed. Good that you pointed out. I need to give you guys the problems. Oh no. I think I did. That should be the case statement, right? The one which is zipped. Okay, data set description, and there's a text file too. This is a CSV file, like pin.text contain our code, and data set description contains this. Oh yeah, I did not send you the case, in fact. Oh, you did not get this you got the CSV file. You got no. Just scroll down. You should be able to see the ps1.txt, which is the. So you should be able to get that. I'm going to send you one more thing, which is nothing but I now realize I did not send you the crime problem statement. Yeah, this is something which I'm supposed to send. Problem statements is something missing. So let me send that across straight away. So you would have got three files, right? Data set, reply all, and I got three files. Yeah. What do you call for it? It's a problem statement. Problem statement attached. Altogether, there should be 4 files. Okay, so let me attach that now. It's not a PS1, it should be problem statement 1. Uh-oh, why is it not coming? Okay, there you go. If you do a problem statement, yeah, that's the stuff we need. Open and send. Okay, that should contain the entire problem statement. So in case if I did not discuss that in the last session, I think I did, right? So this is what we explained. This is completely right. A map-reduce program to calculate FBI code and all those things. One you guys should be looking should be this one, PS2 code. I think I did explain PS2, and then you have similar kind of 4 problem statements. So it's a minor tweaking. I would even recommend for you to give it a try even with Pig once this has been done, because once you do it in Java 1 program, the remainings are very, very minor one. You can try exploring it through Pig as well. Okay, so now let's move on to our next. No, we really don't have much time to read scheduling, so I may look for, in case, you can utilize this session as maximum. So is there any minor content that you really missed? We have a cut the first, and looks like at times I may have to have my business trip travel coming up on 31st, with which I may have to push our Thursday session to Wednesday. So that's May. That will be our last session. So in fact, let me getting some so that we have some logical ending, and you guys have some sort of information how ahead with those projects that may end up. But yeah, in case if session needs to be extended somewhere, we will try doing that. So I may have to travel on 31st. That's something. And I'm back by 4th or something. Yeah, next week, Tuesday, Thursday, we'll have our final session. So try utilizing this session. Minor doubts, anything that you think, which area is your pain point, you can discuss all those things over here. We can run through it and get those things done. So before let's move on to the second project that we're going to do. Okay, this is a minute. Okay, so this is analyzing consumer compliant. Okay, so basically not happy with some of the product which you bought, and I think it's a consumer code kind of data that has been picked up. Okay, so you raise a complaint against someone telling that, okay, I have bought some equipment and it's not working, and no one has responded to me till now. And this agency, what they're going to do is they're going to collect all this data from 10 numbers. Then they try to figure out what exactly went wrong, and then they create data out of it. Okay, and then figure out whether everything works fine or things are fine. And all this data which we have taken up for our mini project as real time. Okay, so this is how exactly it looks like now. So if you really, you may see a slightly overwhelming data over here. So that's how the real time data looks like. So let's pick up some field with information. So this is the complaint ID. So this is October 18, 2015. Okay, October 18, 2015. Credit reporting product. Basically, I think it's a finance information on the credit report. Is not mine. Company believes the complaint is a result of misunderstanding. Credit Karma Inc. is a company name. Which state? Ohio. Zip code. Web, submitted through web. So channel is web, mostly web or phone. Okay, yeah, that's web or phone. Through email, post. Closed with explanation. Timely response is given. Yes, and the complaint ID. Any issue with the data? So first and foremost, saying one analysis, what we need to have a crystal clear information on how exactly the format of the, what is the data, and how what really is the customer talking about. So as a data scientist who is analyzing, I mean, not really data scientist, a data engineer would be the right term to be used. So who needs to do some sort of a data crunching. You need to understand and pinpoint accuracy what really is the data talking and what insight you can make out of it. So real, you have to wear shoes and then try to look into this stuff. Okay, this is the complaint raised, or the end customer. I mean, not really the customer, the recipient of your complaint. In depth detail of data you might require to come up with a solution. So this is what we have completely. And then what we are trying to do over here is come up with a solution, or come up with a report, number of complaints and how many are provided. So this is exactly the kind of issues or the problem, the issues, like the report that you may have. So they may say, okay, this is a forum or organization which takes up complaint and provides. Actually, you might be interested in how many number raised in this particular week, and how we provide prompt solution. How many of us provide solutions in 2 hours? What are the, is there any replication because of it? All those sort of the data is what we have to do, pick it up and do it, right? So this is little enterprise data. The idea is to have a disparate data sources, and you want to perform analysis across, and sometimes the first step to becoming a data-driven company. This is the first step of becoming a data-driven company. That like usually you can read across to it. I'll be sending this across to you. This is a publicly available data set, and it's about as a business problem comes the kind of document, maybe a high-level design, as to a high-level design or something. This is a document you might be getting. What exactly is a business talking about? Okay, typically this one, and it's going to give you a format, how exactly your data is formatted. So it's how many number of columns. It contains 15 column, all right? 15 column, what sort of the data you can see, entire data description is given over here. Once we already looked into it, and it's been given that comma delimited data. So this is the key. So you as much as information they have to you, but it's up to you how exactly you need to derive it. See, their business BRD, business and a high level design document is given to you. It may speak about the perspective of a business, right? I mean, that's exactly what you're containing. So just want to check with you. So what sort of a role do you play in current? Are you someone who business requirement document and stuff? What's the kind of role that you have in your current entity or organization that you work in? Okay, yeah, requirement is what something which is going to come in, because the requirement is in the last stage. This is the problem statement. Requirement is something come over here. Okay, we are not able. Okay, all right. Let me put my. Oh, okay. My mouth is close enough. All right. Is this any better? Okay. All right. So basically, the requirement statement is concerned. We have not started our discussion on the problem statement. So we are at this stage. So one question which I have for you is, in your current organization, do you deal with business review document, review document? Okay, so this is exactly a similar kind of snapshot of a business review document which you picked up. Okay, so this is how you may be getting a document. Okay, and then you may have to come up with the line or something of that's right. That's what you're going to do. So you have a sample data, the number of 15 columns you have, out of which we need to find out which are all the data is of my interest and which I'm going to pick it up. So additional info over here is num rows, so basically business is going to provide you as much information as possible, which is based on their perspective. Okay, so that's where as a data analyst you have to take control. So sometimes some of those information may not be relevant enough for your analysis purpose, right? So but here there's a hint being given over here. Some row, there are few columns which are include quotes and have many commas, and due to the same column get split into many columns. Hope this point is clear, because this is something which you're going to do now. Is this clear, or you want me to repeat the statement? Right? So in between a column, you may be finding double quotes. There might be a comma between some character, which can create an issue for you, because when we have data based on CSV, okay, what's going to happen? It's going to come up here and there, and your data may not be appropriate, right? That's something which we are going to say now. How to handle that situation? That's correct. That's correct. Where exactly is that phone? That's correct. This is the typical issue for us. Other phone club. This one is an issue for us now. So first and the foremost, what we are going to see is our program might be the way we are going to write program is going to be looking at the data, right? So we have to see how exactly our data looks like, okay, and then we are going to figure out what sort of an action I need to take, okay. So first and the foremost, what we see over here, anytime double quotes come inside, okay, there is a probability that I am end up having problem over here, okay. And then I have to remove characters like this. Okay, I wanted to get this sort of a character has been removed, and I wanted to even remove comma. Okay, and I want to remove this any extra character that's coming in this one. All these things are accomplished using something known as a regular expression. Have you heard of regular expression? So in case not, I would definitely recommend you to, yeah. So you heard the regular expression is great. So that's something which we need to handle, right? So a typical very simple example over here would be, I would just look for if any of my column comes with first double quotes, right? Here also you can see exactly the same thing. Is the double quotes is the one which is creating issue for me, right? The moment I have a double quotes, I have my data that is not supposed to be comma delimited, right? An additional, what I meant to say is an additional comma is coming in between, which can create problem for my analysis. Okay, so what do you think should we be doing in this case? I mean, based on your assumption. So how exactly I can handle it? Not in a technical term, I'm talking about layman's term. So our intention is getting a CSV file and then taking each and every of those column inside a data field, right? That's how exactly I would like my data to be picked up. So this comma, yes, remove comma inside the double quotes. Correct. So that's exactly my would be, right? So I will be writing some sort of a code, finding out whether my first, what do you call for the first occurrence is a double quotes. Okay, then I'm going to pick up the entire column. Okay, and then I'm going to strip off either an additional character, whatever the additional character or a special character going to come in. I'm just going to remove. Yeah, that's perfectly right. I'm going to remove comma. I'm going to remove this additional character and all those things, so that it's easy for my data analysis. Okay. So it all depends on what sort of an analysis you require. Okay. So in case you think I have only this data or this data to come in for my analysis, I don't even care about this one. then it depends on that sort of a logic. So the moment I get double quotes, I say ignore that particular column completely. So even that sort of a logic can be written. All right. So all that depends. So now let's look into in reality what exactly they're doing. Oh, okay. The next line gives the complete information. Okay. Should be product, but if you split the file into comma delimiters, split into 3 columns, which will result into a wrong output. In order to tackle this, this will be remove commas present only inside the double quotes. Okay, since Hadoop is used to handle big data, it's recommended to use Java MapReduce to remove unnecessary commas. It's not really. So it all depends on what sort of a language you are comfortable with. My say would be, if it's really something something of very prime. So if you're very comfortable in some other languages, okay, so like Python. Python is one of the best one known to be. Okay, some of the key aspects over here is you need to pick up a language which you're comfortable with. Okay, so now what I really want to say is, you have to try even getting some sort of. I mean, that's the same case with me too. I'm just trying to trying. Okay, I'll keep it there. The pretty good text scraping ability is there with the Python language. So that is one real good tool that is coming up with. But yeah, since we are dealing with the Java over here, and many are being comfortable with Java. But what my recommendation for a future growth would be just trying to dirty your hands with Python. That's something worth learning, and very less number of codes is what you have to deal with. Okay, so instead, if you write um, 50 lines of code in Java, you may have to just write 3 or 4 lines of code in Python to accomplish exactly the same thing. So my recommendation would be just to even give it a try. And regular expression and all those stuff can be handled in a much better way using Python. Okay. So now, since I do, okay, so now we have come up with, now let's start looking into the problem. So what we are trying to do over here is the first stuff is cleansing the data, right? That's exactly what you're trying. Python can be implemented using Eclipse. Yes, there is a plugin available in Eclipse for Python. Yes, there is available. Implemented in the sense, Python is more of a, you don't need to compile Python. That's where the power really of a Python comes in. Okay, I think I have some code, Python code written. Yeah, so it's as easy as that. So like you don't need to compile, you don't need to bother about doing anything. So just you're going to write as .py file. It's more of an interpreter, I believe. And what it's going to do is each and every of this code is going to take it up, interpret it, and then immediately give you the result. So even if you want to play around with, so basically one issue with Java is you have to compile your entire code. I mean, you have to get your entire code run, right? So in Python, if I take up one simple line of that code from Python, and if I want to run and test those particular line, I can directly do that. So that's where the power of Python comes in. But I think Java is also trying to catch up with that kind of um, uh, a language thing. I think Java 8 is, they're trying to get it equipped with all those things, but it's a two different ball game. So my recommendation would be to go with Python, because you don't need to write so lengthier code. It gives you a solution much easier. For example, this solution, what we're talking about, this will go no more than 2 lines in Python. One is regex, which is very straightforward stuff, and you'll get your result done. Yeah. So, but if you're going into Java, yeah, it's something worth a study. So this is exactly the cleaning code is there. So I'll share with you. I mean, see, our intention is not getting. So this code I'll be sharing with you guys anyways. Okay, so I'm planning to. So you need to understand what exactly see, this is where the cleaning is happening. So you can go through it. So you already said you are quite aware of what exactly is the regex step. So two recommendation for or the reading that is required from your end would be uh, I've actually listed down some of those readings that yeah I just googled it and found out some couple of, so I think it's from tutorials point, so where you may have to just let me move this guy. Let me plug in my mouse. It's for me to okay. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah. So one is the split command you use so that you understand it pretty depth. So go through this reference, what exactly split is doing it for you, and another one is a regular expression which you already you know. So in case if no, pretty elaborate detail about what exactly regular expression does, which how exactly matching does. Everything is being covered pretty elaborately over here. So I would recommend to look into this document. It's both are from that point. It's some good source of information. Just try to utilize that and play around with this regular expression, and that's how exactly your cleaning of your data is being accomplished over here. Okay, that's all we are doing. Okay, whenever the double quotes come in, I just want to remove my comma from there, and then I make a proper CSV file. And just don't take it lightly. This is one of the very key requirements. So in the real time, okay, let me bring in some funda over here now. So 70% of the time, what you spent your time, so doing analytics, or analytics in the sense how many number of records is there which is having this particular issues and all. It's a fraction. 30% of the time you're going to devote for it. Okay, but cleansing the data, that's the prime importance here. A data engineer's job, 70% of the time is dedicated on cleansing your data. You may get a garbage kind of a data. You need to understand what sort of a technique needs to be used to cleanse those data and bring it into a form which you really need it, okay, or some other team, downstream team requires it so that they can bring meaningful insight of it. That's something which really required from our end. So this part, whatever we are covering, cleaning of this data, that's the 70% of the time you will be dedicating for yourself doing that. So this is not something which you should be ignoring. This is a key part of it. But yeah, this is exactly the same thing as we discussed. Python would be much powerful. I mean, it's my words, so I mean that's what. So I think there is a genie or something is what comes along, get attached along with Eclipse, I believe. GENIE or GINI or something. Some genie is what we call for it. It's a Python emulator which helps you. And there are some nice books to Hadoop with Python and stuff like that. So these are some good books that you can refer, which is really available in from Amazon or any of those places. I mean, in case you, yeah, Genie, correct. You use Genie. Uh, the book, which see, yeah, even I'm pretty much new to Python world. Sorry, I thought the session got disconnected. Yes, there are n number of tools available in the market, uh, but there is see, it all depends, right? See, my data might be completely different, so there is no such kind of a tool being developed which is so intelligent enough to figure out what sort of a requirement is yours and nothing of that sort which I heard of. But that's something very for sure some organization would be coming up with, because they'll put up some general case study into it and then say, okay, just push your data into ours. We'll clean it and give it to you. There are some sort of tools available. I have not used any of those. I have used in one of my proof of concept, which I really don't recollect. That if you Google it, I mean, that's where I picked up that tool. So what it does, it's freely available. A trial version is freely available. So it's a text data basically. Okay, it's entire just
random text someone has written. So you just push that particular thing in that tool, and if you say what sort of data you require, it's going to give you a kind of a CSV format of a data. You have to put some key in parameters, and you have to drag and drop and all those things, because text data to make in raw format is not an easy game, right? So yes, there are tools available. I definitely would not be able to recollect. It is almost 2 years that I have used it, but I googled it. Just googled it. Any text you may have to use. I really can't say what I mean. Convert text data into fixed format. Tool to convert text data into CSV format or something. Uh, I really can't say now, but I'll try to see if I can figure out what exactly was that. HTML to CSV converter, and it's a costly. It might be a enterprise version of the tool or something of that sort. So yeah, text file. How do I convert text file to CSV? There should be a lot of information that Google should provide you. Okay, so in case if I find out, I'll let you know. Because what's going to happen is it's like a window kind of a stuff, and left hand side it's going to show you a data, and you'll have to just drag it inside, and then it's going to give you some meaningful insight. But what I would say is, even if you get that tool, it's a first step. Still, you may have to write your Python code or Java code, because there is no such kind of a so much of an artificial intelligent tool coming up which can really meet each and every of your requirement, right? So you might have some sort of a requirement, your colleague might be having another, your peer might be having something different. So it may give you a first sort of a refinement, but post which you may have to use some other code and all those things, and then come up with more, which I would definitely recommend. I mean, let me show you Python, which I would say. This is something which I have recently Hadoop with Python. I think I have a, yeah, I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the book I'm referring right now. I mean, I'm also doing in parallel some sort of a data analytics stuff. So this is the book, and it's pretty nice. It's freely available. It's there in yeah, I think these guys itself is give you freely, or itebooks.com also gets you all this information. So which is pretty nice. So you can learn how exactly you can write Hadoop program using Python, and that is, contains a lot of information. So feel free to do that. I'm not trying to degrade Java or demotivate this thing, but yeah. So right now we need to get stuff done with minimal code. That's the need of the hour. So hope Java is going to also catch up pretty soon. But right now Python is bringing a lot of stuff for our. Okay, so that's once the cleansing is done. So we are trying to introduce a Flume over here, but to be frank, it's not really something really on a need basis, but it's on a technology skill enablement is what we are introduced Flume over here. Okay, so it's basically a data coming from here, a data set using Flume. We are pushing it into the Hadoop environment, which I'll try to convey. Maybe tomorrow I'll get some details on it, how exactly you can do it. But as far as the solution is concerned, this is pretty much should be a map reduce programming, which is done through Java, and then a pig. We use pig for coming up with the solution. That's all our intention over here. So and the main reason behind it is this session is supposed to be just after our pig class. I mean, but I wanted to have you guys get a knowledge of entire system and then come up with a solution. So that's let me bring my mouse. It's getting me a tough time. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. All right. Yeah, it's it on. So what I need to do now is, yeah, so we're going to look into some of these problems, how exactly that's been handled and how do we do that. Okay, so the first problem given over here is write a pig script to find number of complaints which got timely response. So let's try to crack it before looking into the, we do have a solutions available. So I'll anyway send you guys first solution, but the remaining solution you're expected to get that. Where exactly is that? Consumer, is it? Consumer pig solutions. Okay. Yeah. Before looking into solution, let's try to fight it from our own end. I have a notepad. Oh man, it's pretty huge. Let's open a new Power Notepad. Let me close this. I was just trying to see if it's in a notepad. Okay. And let's see what is their business description and how much it matches with our requirement. So write a pig script. Let's just do one. Remaining should be exactly the same. Control V. This guy is creating. Okay. Okay. Write a pig script to find number of complaint which got timely response. Okay. When I look into the data, so this is how the data looks like. Okay. This is how my data looks like. And there is a field timely response. Yes. Okay. So think of this was, how do I change this? There's a way I can change that to column name, right? All right, let's don't waste time doing that. So think of this to be E F G H A K L M N. So it's 14, right? I may have to pick a call, but let's see that. All right. Correct, 14 columns. So that means it should be off 13 or something like that, right? Pig has an offset of 0 is what anyway, we have the solution with us. So let's see. So maybe column, I'm assuming it starts with 0. Yes, it starts with 0 because $0 is the one which started. Okay, so let's try writing a pig code. So what do you think? Write a pig script. Let's write this. Write a pig script to find number of complaints which got timely response. So whenever timely response equal to yes, yeah, $13, correct. So first thing, what should I be doing? So think of this data is sitting inside my, load the data into, yeah, using load, great. So first thing what I will be doing is I will be sending this data into my HDFS environment, right? Environment, which you know how exactly that needs to be done. That's my first step. And next, you already said, now we need to, second one, now we need to load the data, into pig. Okay. And are you able to recollect any sort of syntax or anything over here? How exactly should I be loading it? There is a load data. There is a keyword using pig storage, right? You remember that stuff? That's the key thing which you need to remember, because that's how I'm making it as a CSV file or something like that, right? Load data using pig storage, and I'm going to load load path using pig storage. Great. And comma I given over here. Now that's also done. Now what should be giving? What should be we? Oh man, too many shortened words. All right. Dollar. Now $13. What we need to do is if $13 equal to yes, right? Then we just need to count it. Count number of records, right? And store it, correct. And then for 50 store it. I think our requirement was find the number of complaint. Yeah, number of complaints. So you're going to get it, right? So now let's see. So now how many of them can we actually convert into our based on our knowledge? How many of them can we convert into? So this sending the data to CSV. How do we do that? It's a put command being used. Okay, let's try to make it more syntax oriented. Using pig storage, it's already we did a pig storage. Yeah, you already made that. So it's your command over here. Load pig storage. Okay, Control C. I mean, this is really not required. That's why we have Google. But still, we are just trying to see how much our knowledge. I mean, how much our memory helps us. Okay. So now, any chance you remember what exactly we do over here? What should I be doing? So think of an example. We are going to store this guy into data. Data equal to load. So what should I be doing now? Let us make it as T_R. Time resp. Right. So what should I be doing? By any chance you recollect what we did? Get data $13. Yeah. So before getting data, exactly. That's the word I was trying for filter. Right. We need to filter using filter data. Correct. Filter data. Then we may have to say I don't recollect. I think by that. So let's try doing that. And in case if you recollect it, you can go ahead and say that filter data by $13 equal to yes. Right? That's exactly what we need to do. Now we just need to take a count of it. Correct? Before taking a count, not sure whether you need to do a group by. Let's anyway have a look, and then finally is the store. Before taking a group, do we need to do that? Let's see. Now I have my case one over here. Okay. So let's up. So see how much simple is what pig solutions are. So using pig storage and all those things, we are pretty fine. We are good with this. This is what we provided. Equal to no. Why is it so? Write a pig script to find number of complaint which got timely response. Okay. And timely response, yes. So I guess we are right, and the solution being provided, yes, that's correct. You're right. It should be yes. So we need to make this correction. Yeah. So it should be yes. Unless and until they makes a meaning of no as yes, and we don't need to complicate it. Yeah. So timely response, the moment we see a data yes, we believe yes, they provided timely response. So, or maybe the question should be find complaint which did not get timely response. I think rather than changing that script, I think this makes sense. Did not get timely response is what makes more sense. No, but I'm not trying to be a student kind of a thing who scores the less marks and come the question which was been asked was wrong. That we're trying to do that, but that makes more sense because as far as a data analyst is concerned or a business guy is concerned, he'll be more interested. Is there any problem, any issue that is still standing, which did not was given a timely response, and what is the reason for it. If you think on a business perspective, that should be more meaningful. But yeah, this let's make it as yes. Yeah. And now what we're trying to do is, yeah, that's what I really said. So after we do a filter, we have to do a group by before doing a count. So when I do a group by, so group B all is going to group um, the entire this guy, the entire records over here will be grouped, and that is where I'm going to do a count, right? For each this guy, generate count of this guy, and that's going to give us the result. So this two stuff we need to do it. Okay, that's what we need to have. We need to do. Another couple of thing. Now let's do one thing. Remaining stuff would be pretty straightforward and simple. So, but make sure you're practicing it so that you get a much more comfort level with those scripting. So next one, let's look into number of complaint filed with the product type has debt collection for the year 2015. Oh, that should be pretty simple and straightforward. Not a big deal. Write a big script to find list of companies topping in complaint chart. Companies with maximum number of complaints. How do I find that? That might be an interesting stuff. Companies with maximum number of complaint. So how do I do that? So I'm not sure, is there a way of, other than company name, is there any other company ID? Is there, right? Complaint ID. Is there a company ID? Company ID is not there. So let's look into the solution. We need to understand. So basically, these are the kind of questions that we are going to ask the business. So the moment I get such kind of problems, first thing which I should be asking is, okay, how do I identify your uniqueness of your company? Okay. If they are going to tell, looking at our company name, that's not really a nice way to do it. So they should have a company ID. I mean, that should have been come into our data, how exactly we formatted our data. Okay. So let's look into it. Let's look into it. Case 4. Oh, no. I need to look into case 3. Okay, so one of this case, I mean, case 1 is what I'm going to send it to you. Okay, there you go. List of companies topping in complaint chart. Okay, this we know. Filter by 7 if not null. Filter by 7. Let's look into what exactly is 7. So 0, where is 0? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we are relying on the company name. Not really a great way of doing it, but yeah, that's fine. So in case we don't have anything else, I would have been expecting a company ID or something of that sort. Anyways. Okay, yeah. Before that, I just wanted to ask you that question. So how do you think this needs to be done now? You already seen the keyword that's been used. So any insight that you can think of? How exactly I can accomplish this? So my intention is, what should I be doing? So my intention is getting a result based on this. Write a big script to find list of companies topping in the complaint chart. So what should be the first thing that we need to do? We just need to do a group, right? We just need to do a group by companies. That's the first thing I should be doing. Correct. And then I'm going to take account of it, which we already did. Both those things which we already did. So I'm going to group it by company, and then I'm going to take account of it. And then I'm going to do a sort by descending, correct? It's as simple as that. I mean, that's exactly the solution. So yeah, let's just have a look. So group A2 by 7. I'm grouping it already by 7. So I'll get, so when I do a group, what will happen? So like IBM, will come. Such kind of a grouping will happen, and how many number of occurrence will be there, right? 1, 1, like that. And when I do a count of it, I'll just get in IBM there were around 5 complaints, or okay, some other product, Chroma or something. Okay, 5 complaints. So that's and the remaining Samsung or whatever, like have 2, 3 or something of that sort. And then it comes when I do a sorting, I'll get first 5 company, or when I sort descending. Yeah, there you go. Sort descending. Like it's not actually sort, it's order. Order C by CT. CT. Actually, order C. Okay, CT is a field. Okay, we have made it as CT, right? Making a count, and then I mean, don't look into the solutions. Anyway, I'm not going to send you the solutions. Yeah, I know that you have a video, but make sure you are not looking into this video and then try it out from your end. You can come up with your own way of handling it, coming up with solutions. And in case you're really not able to figure out what, go ahead and look into those videos and try get those solutions done. So that's more like what I had for today. So yeah, we might be much ahead of time. So in case we have some questions, you can shoot. Otherwise, we can wrap up today, and we have much close to 20 minutes now. Yes, I'm going to send you this project statement. This project statement will be sent. The data will be sent. I'll be straight away sending you that. Okay. Yeah. So in case we don't have, I'll immediately do that because I don't want to delay. So this project statement, I'll be sending it, and the data set I'll be sending it. The one data which we have, okay, that I'll be sending, and what I'll be sending. That's it. Problem statement, and one solved example also I'll be sending you guys, so that you know what needs to be done. Right. So based on that first, you come up with the remaining stuff. So data set problem, mini project 1. I'm going to send an email, reply all straight away. Change subject. Mini project number 2, data set and problem statement. Okay, and I'm going to send this. Yeah, so in case if you have something. No, basically this holds your marks will be, or your something will be counted based on this. There's, I mean, I really don't know percentage place. There is around 15% or something being given over here. Credit is being given for this, but your final, the end stuff is your final project. You have final 2 projects coming up, project 1 and project 2, which we'll be discussing one in the next session, and the other one will be in the coming up sessions. So that's where the major certification stuff. And more than certification, make sure you understand the entire ecosystem and flow. I got my diagram somewhere, so I'll try to pull that up, so that will give you a much more insight, and where the real data lake and how exactly the data flow happens in the real time environment. You will be well accustomed with what really happens in the real time environment with those projects. So that's the key intention. Yeah. So in case, yeah, you have something, you can go ahead. Otherwise, I'll be anyways sending you this note. So which is not crime, which should be much before crime. Documents, CatGill, and I guess this should be consumer. So I will be sending even this Flume solution, which are not covered right now completely. I just gave you a, I'll be doing that. Okay, right now I don't want to send that. It's a pretty big file. Let's. Let it go. What happened? I think it vanished somewhere. Project 2, data set and form statement. What I need is, why is it vanishing from? Oh, okay. This is the one. I will be sending Flumni MapReduce solutions. Yeah, see the cleaning data one I'll be sending you. And then the next one is going to be, once we do a cleaning data, consumer. I need a consumer project. Okay, consumer project. Sorry, I may have to just pick up this call. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, so clean data, consumer, and one more thing I just need to create over here. That should be, what should be that? Consumer data is the solution. This is your data, and I need to provide you the data, right? That's it. Okay, and a big solution too I'll be providing. Big solution. One solution I'll be providing. The remaining you have to come up with your stuff. And then I just need to give you the data too, which is going to be consumer complaint. Why don't I compress add to consumer complaint.rar? Why have we not close? I would prefer sending it through zip version. It's going to be a pretty big file. Compress add to compress. Let's do a compress over here. I'm curious to know why people are not using that compress. That is 20 MB. And when I do a rar, what's really happening is it giving me a much better performance add to compress.rar. Oh, okay. So this has been used by some other guy, so that's cannot do it, is it? Don't say. But other guy did it add to compress.rar. So that means there is much more. Let's see how much is the difference. No, let's give a much better performance. 14, okay, 6 MB difference. All right, so I'm just going to send you that. Consumer complaint, open. Okay. So I guess that's all. You have a description over here. You have, once you get your description, you need to understand exactly the data for which you have data. And then you have first cleaning about data, and then you have a big solution. That's all we need, and you have. Now you are ready to rock and roll with all your solutions. Any questions? If not, yeah, we have 15 minutes of time you can enjoy. We granted you 15 minutes. We get back to you, sending it back to you. In case you don't have it. Tomorrow maybe we'll even try to project number 1 major project and the bigger project. So I think